Hi there. Welcome to Stories of a First Gen Latina. This is Cruella de Vil. Cruella. This is Cruella. Anyway, we're having fun today. Happy Halloween. I love that we have an opportunity every year to get into a costume. I love dressing up and I love just doing makeup and artistes. I even have all my costume going here. And you wanted to do just a quick podcast just to come on here, show you my costume, and also share with you one of my favorite holidays of the year. And that's, of course, Halloween. I do have a little pup who is my littlest kid. She's my Dalmatian. So we're going to be a couple today. Otherwise, my husband's Mandalorian this year. My oldest is Wednesday Addams. And the middle child is Aquaman. So we're excited to see our kitties in their costumes. We really cherish Halloween. I've cherished Halloween since I was a little kitty. Years ago, I was, a toddler when we came to the U.S. But we didn't start celebrating Halloween until probably the third grade. That's when our parents allowed us to go. We lived in an apartment building, allowed us to go out into the apartment building through the floors and trick or treat. We didn't have to go neighborhood to neighborhood, house to house. We were in the confines of a huge apartment building that had a massive amount of children. I mean, we had so many children in this apartment building that there was one dedicated bus for the elementary school that filled the entire bus of just one building. So we had one bus stop. We didn't have multiple bus stops. So you can imagine Halloween was huge in this building. It was over in 5550 Columbia Pike in Arlington, Virginia. Fun times. I will never forget that address. We lived in that apartment complex forever. Best memories in Halloween. Sometimes we didn't have a lot of money. Most often we didn't. We were very limited resources. So we got the costumes that we could afford, or we made our own costumes at home. I remember one day I went as a hippie and did a whole hippie like bell bottom thing, and it was adorable. And I had a chance to do that with my cousins who came to visit that year. But this holiday is so important to me because it brings a lot of the childhood memories forward for me. Very nostalgic, very lethargic also sometimes. Just my heart goes to all the children. Hopefully they're safe tonight in trick-or-treating and building memories. Most often, I think people tend to focus on the negative definition that some people have given the narrative of Halloween. I want to explain to you, for me, my sake, what Halloween is for us. Halloween for me is connection. Halloween for me is building memories with my children. It's connecting back to my inner child, healing that inner child, seeing my children also be so excited to become a character. It's like, how Beyonce has her Sasha, who's her like altered ego. I feel like that is sometimes what we do here in Halloween. We're just like idolize certain characters and love them. I love Cruella because she's just so sassy and just bold and unapologetic. I mean, obviously she does other things, but I'm more focused on those reasons behind her character, and that she's just so unapologetic about anything and everything she does. A little too extreme, but there's like this rebellion in her that I can relate to. Again, middle child probably syndrome, but more so it's because I feel like she's just so bold in her time. It was like 1960 or 1961, I believe, when 101 Dalmatians came out, and she's just this big, bold woman character. And here I am, trying to emulate this energy and this individual who's so bold. I do love the new recognition of Cruella de Vil, which is that movie Cruella. I can't remember what the redhead actress is. She did phenomenal. I love that movie. It's like young Cruella when you see Cruella growing up and her background and fashion. I love fashion. I love everything that is fashion. So it really warms my heart to be able to do this. I've done so many other costumes in the past. I love doing makeup and doing the artistry of makeup. May not be perfect, but I enjoy the process of doing it. And so this holiday for me, it means so much because I get a chance to express maybe a more exaggerated persona that's in me. I get a chance to see my family enjoy that as well, watch their mama be playful. I'm not often playful. I don't know if it's because I grew up, I'm like my own case study, but I just didn't, I don't have this like very playfulness about me. I think I endured a lot in the last 20 years as a young adult, and now in my mid adult years, or almost mid, headed to 40s. So I don't feel like I have like this childhood like silliness about me, but this is a chance for me to show that for my children. And I love it. I love them seeing the playful side of Monica as Cruella. Okay. It's fun. So not just enjoying the family, but also enjoying just being in the community and watching other families enjoy these moments. I've already had some really funny encounters with people in their costumes. I met Rapunzel and I met like a bat, and there's like a hippie here as well. It's just been so much fun. So I love it. It's a good time to laugh because the best healing, the best food for the soul is laughter. And this is what I hope to bring today and this evening. Oh my gosh, my wig is itching. But anyways, we got to endure this for the next few hours through the evening. So what brings me a lot of warmth in Halloween is the connection that we have with my dad. My dad has worked night shifts for many years. He is still working night shifts. He's past his mid-70s, aiming towards his 80s, and he's still working really hard. He loves to work. He's an ox. So he worked night shifts, and during the day we were with him. Some of the most bonded memories that we have with my dad was around Halloween. I laugh at a lot of things that he does for us, and he does it with so much love in his heart. But I could always count on him to be able to be at our Halloween parties. I remember the third grade, I was Cleopatra. My sister was a mime, and she had, was it a mime? Yeah, I think it was a mime. And dad like made like these like really dark circles around her eye and did like white makeup around her face. It was the funniest thing. It looked horrific. Bless her for enduring that in the fourth grade. But he didn't end up doing anything to my face because I was Cleopatra. But we had such a blast. We have so many memories. I remember one of my youngest sisters was Minnie Mouse. She had a Minnie Mouse costume. And in the elementary school that we were at, it was so beautiful because not only did we enjoy the Halloween party, and my dad was there to enjoy it with us, and mind you, my mom was working full time. She was working all day, and that was just like the arrangement that they had. Mom worked during the day. She was with us by 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, depending on when she got off of her shift. And then dad, was sleeping already and getting ready to get back up at 9:30 to head to work in the evening. And then again, so he was with us during the day. And when we had these events in school, he would participate and he'd be there with us. So we had our Halloween party. We were all in costume. He was there. Then we all went out in Abingdon. I love Abingdon Elementary School for doing this back in the day. I don't know if they still do this now. But all the kids would get together, grade levels would come out, and we had a track, and we would basically parade the track with all of our costumes. And we had parents oohing and awing and taking pictures and all that jazz. It was such wonderful memories. And I remember looking out for my sister to see where she was at and taking pictures with everyone that we saw. And I have so many great memories about being able to have my father there support us in our costumes and going around that track, however long that took, to parade around with the other children and be able to see so many costumes and so many parents that were there. And my heart went out to the parents that weren't able to come out there, just like my mom. As we moved into middle school, it was a whole different story. We were able to still do the Halloween thing. We just dressed up a little less formal, and really it was all about the candy. I do remember many a times in the building, there were signs that would say, go and pray. There were signs that would say, Halloween's the devil. There were signs that would say other things. I mean, as a Bolivian, as a culture, we did not celebrate Halloween. We didn't celebrate it in that manner the way the Western or American culture celebrated Halloween. There wasn't this whole trick or treating, door to door. That didn't happen. When I was in Bolivia, I remember about, what was it about? It wasn't Halloween, but there were other parades where people would get dressed and they would have like a children's parade, and a lot of the kids would get dressed and go around. Then they had like an adults parade. But here in the US, it's very unique. It's a unique activity, it's a unique tradition that we do. And I want to continue that with my children. I hope that they continue that with their children. I was so giddy this morning or last night, I couldn't even sleep well because I was like, oh, I'm going to do my makeup and I'm going to have my wig and I'm going to have my Cruella, because I've been wanting to do Cruella for a long time. I do have other ideas in the future. I was Beetlejuice previously. I was Medusa previously. I'd love to do Ursula. Ursula is, someone that I'd love to do. I don't know if I can pull off the whole purple makeup, but I will definitely try one day. Maybe that'll be next year. I don't know. Spoiler alert. So the culture in the Bolivian, community wasn't really something that we did. This was really very Americanized. The schools, are the ones that follow these traditions as well, or at least that's where we learned about the tradition, was in schools and through friends. And we got on the wagon of, we're going to celebrate Halloween, or at least the thought of having fun and dressing up. I know that there are a few different definitions out there, depending on what narrative you want to hear and listen to. I don't like the negative connotation around Halloween and the devil and all of that. I'm very anti that. I'm all about just light and peace and love and compassion. And that's what the Halloween is for me. And so I have redefined it. I've redefined it for myself. I redefined it for the family. We have a ton of fun. My husband's going to be Mandalorian. That's fun. We did have a Baby Yoda last year. My youngest was Baby Yoda, so I think the dog's going to be Baby Yoda this year. So it's something that, we redefine the narrative for ourselves because we enjoy it so much and we have such a great time doing it. There's so much light and love in the family, in my nuclear family, that we do this. And I enjoy that connection with my oldest daughter, who loves when I do her makeup, who loves when I dress her up and spend time with her doing that. She loves watching me do that because I'm her role model and she's my role model. So it's always just like a great experience. So we redefine it, and I understand and respect others that have a different definition and a different narrative around Halloween. I respect that because it comes down to whatever makes you feel good. And if this holiday doesn't make you feel good, then that's no one's prerogative to say whether that's okay or not. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's your thing, and all we can do, or all I can do personally, is respect that boundary and try to understand that boundary. For me, it's different, and for others, it's different, and that's okay. And we don't always have to all like the same thing. Again, we are multi-dimensional creatures, and we can love and do whatever it is that we want to do that makes us feel good, and that either gives back to the community or that brings positivity to your life, to your family, to your children, to your husband, to your relationships, your friendships, however had you. So yeah, I want to send you all a big love, a big hug here. I know that this is kind of a short one because I'm headed to go get my kids ready. I'm going to get my Aquaman ready. I'm going to get my little Wednesday ready. And I'm going to get my little Dalmatian ready. All right. And so be safe tonight. Sending you a big, big virtual hug from here. Be safe. And I hope you all enjoy tonight if you do decide to go out. All right, we'll talk later. Have a great one. Bye-bye.